Valuations and pricing a listing. Let's start with some philosophy. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of how to do valuations, but this is where a lot of brokers lose confidence and momentum. It's true, you guys. We're not accountants, we're bankers, but to be a successful broker, you have to get comfortable with doing valuations. So remember to those questions sellers ask. The first one's always, what's my business worth? So here's a little bit of philosophy on pricing. Very simple. If you want to sell a business, don't overprice it. Most sellers will demand a certain price for their business that usually is disconnected completely from reality. And it's your job as a broker to bridge that gap between their expectations and reality. So being clear on price is a great way to do that. So what happens when you overprice something? Right? It's never good. Spoiler alert. I could just say it's never good. I think first and foremost, it sits on the market. You remember that listing I told you that I sold in one day? It didn't sell in one day because it was overpriced, you guys. There's no quicker way to have something go stale than to overprice it. You also lose credibility. And in brokerage, that is very important. You lose credibility with buyers and also your fellow brokers. And, depending on what market you're in, that can be a big deal too. It also sets the seller's expectations too high. If you start out way sky high, the seller is planning on that. You say it's 800,000, they've likely spent in their mind that 800,000. So when you bring an offer that's 350, they're going to be disappointed and mad at you. Resentment, speaking of, resentment may brew if there's little activity on their listing, right? Most people just have the context of residential real estate where things move very, very quickly. It is not the case here. So if it's overpriced, the seller may not want to lower the price, right? So don't be that broker who overprices a listing just to say they have one. Be firm, be fair, and do not overprice those listings.